Alright, another thing that you can do, and this is part 2 of the video, is whenever you're trying to vertex of a parabola, whenever it's in standard form where basically it's not in vertex form, what we can do is this. To get the x-coordinate of the vertex, it's like how you use the quadratic formula, except we're going to do now negative b over 2a. And to get the y, you just plug whatever your x was back into the equation, that'll give you your y value. So up here, if I want to get the x value, I'm going to plug negative b, so I have negative 11 over 2 times 3. And so when I clean that up, I get a positive 11 over 6. Now, to get the y coordinate, I'm going to plug that back in for x. So to get the y coordinate, I have 3 times 11 over 6 squared minus 11 times 11 over 6 and then plus 16. And so we end up with our y value of 71 over 12. So my coordinate for my vertex would be at 11/16 or 11/6 and 71/12. Now to find vertex or standard form, or I like to call this vertex form, is really what we're going to be looking at. If you have a vertex at 1, negative 2, and the point goes at 3, 6. Basically, if you think about it, you have a couple pieces of information. We have y equals a x minus h squared plus k. If you're told the vertex, well, there is your h and there is your k, and also the 3 is an x value and the 6 is a y value that the point goes through. So we're going to plug those pieces of information in. So when I do that, I end up with 6 equals a times 3 minus 1 squared, and the k is the negative 2, so this ends up being a minus 2. So notice all I got to do now is just solve for a. When I do that, I get 6 equals 3 minus 1 is 2, 2 squared is 4, so I end up with 4a minus 2. Add 2 to both sides, and we get 8 equals 4a, and we get a equals 2. So the equation that's going to make it happen, now plugging that back in for a, is y equals 2x minus 1 squared minus 2. And there's our equation. So all we're basically doing is just solving for a. Notice on this next part is we're looking to see how many units produced will minimize cost, which means we're really looking for the vertex. So easiest way to find the vertex is we have x equals negative b over 2a. So when I do that, our a is 0.1, so I have 2 times 0.1 on the bottom, and on top I have a negative 7. And when I clean that up, I get a 35. Now notice the x is the number of units that was produced that day. So when we want to know how many units should be produced to minimize cost, that would be 35 units.